Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll start the session. This is a data analytics demo. I already mentioned in this data analytics course, we are included SQL Server, basic to advanced. Power BI is a data analytical tool and as well as a visualization tool where we are providing basic to advanced plus AI visuals as well. And also Azure Data Factory. Azure Data Factory is a data integration tool where we are giving from basic to advanced expertises in data integration skills to the data analyst as well. This is the course curriculum. We'll explain in depth in the Pawan will going to Pawan is going taking care of the remaining things. That is the brief overview of our curriculum as well. And this course we are providing for 15,000. Okay, 15,000 and the live hours. This is the live classes, online classes where we are having the Google Meet. The timing will be maybe this is a new batch. We'll let you know the timings as well. Okay, and this is about the just overview of the course. We'll deep dive into our course curriculum once. And Pavan is a data senior data analyst. He'll take care of SQL Server from basic to advanced, Power BI. I'm the senior data engineer where I'm going to take care of the Azure Data Factory. That is the data integration training. Yeah, Pavan, please over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Sai Kartika. And I'll just share some PPT. We'll go through it for few minutes, and then we shall jump into the curriculum and understand other things better. Okay. So, for example, we'll
Please share
start.
your screen, Pawan. Sorry for interrupting. Meanwhile, I'll share our Instagram page, LinkedIn page, and we have wrote few blogs as well. And have a look on those things. And if you are interested to get more details, and we are there to provide free webinars, quizzes, contest. And if you are interested to participate those things, you can happily participate. Please follow us in Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and everywhere if you are interested. And thank you. Please continue, Pawan.
Yes, yes. So before getting into the curriculum and everything, I'll just give some introduction to Power BI. Okay. So which will be the major tool which we'll be learning in the data analytics business. Like before talking about Power BI, we'll understand what is BI, which is business intelligence, right? So BI, it is a broad term which could include strategies and technologies. Okay. So those technologies and strategies, to implement those, organizations gather, analyze, and visualize data. So why do the organizations gather, analyze, and visualize data? To gain some valuable insights or inputs, so that they can enhance their operations, right? Increase the customer retention, or increase the customer satisfaction, as well as sustain in the market with the competitors, right? Where can the organization get the data from? They can get the data from the internal databases, CRM systems, as well as social media, external databases, and many other sources, right? So this is about something called business intelligence. To make you understand in brief, you could understand reporting, databases, right? OLAP or OLTP databases, or analytics, or data mining, predictive analytics, or data science, descriptive analytics, all those technologies. Okay, for all those technologies, we use data which can be either internal or external. We implement those things to make strategies which may be the operational as well as strategic. Operational may include the product positioning or pricing, or it may be related to the services, right? And strategic, maybe it could be related to the goals of the organization, priorities, and directions related aspects. I hope it is understandable. So, where does it help us? For improved decision making, right? It will give a clear picture of operations. It will help in increasing the efficiency, where it can reduce the cost and improve the processes. Improved customer satisfaction, where they can tailor better services and products to the customers. And there is an enhanced competitive advantage for identifying new opportunities and threats. BA tools help us, right? So there is an organization called Gartner. Okay, in 2015, they have done some research and classified all the BA tools into four different quadrants. Okay, the quadrants are challengers, leaders, niche players, right, visionaries. And based upon ability to execute, and also based upon completeness of vision, the tools are being classified. If you notice the leaders, Tableau was the leader in 2015. Click, Microsoft Power BI, MicroStrategy, SAS, IBM, Oracle, all those tools are far behind. Of course, each and every tool has its own importance, like its own pros and cons. But again, still considering all the other features, you could call it like we used to have Tableau as the market leader. Gradually, if you see in 2016, Click and Microsoft started taking an edge. And from 2017 and 18, Microsoft started taking a lead in that particular BI domain, right? Moving ahead, after 2018, there is no turn back for Microsoft Power BI. You could see that from 2019, you see here in 2020, 21, 22, as well as 23 and even 24, as of June 2024, you can see that Microsoft Power BI is the leading tool, okay, in the BA domain. So it Microsoft is has a long and large vision to implement a lot of things in BA domain. So it is trying to create a monopoly by offering a wide variety of services at very affordable cost for the organizations. We'll see all those things. Moving ahead, in the data domain, we can find these are the specific roles for the, these are the major specific roles which we can observe. Data engineers, they deal with data pipelines, databases, data tools, and bring in the data which could be useful for analysis for data analysts, data scientists, and the other people, right? Whereas being data analyst, we would be dealing with something called storytelling, right? Data visualization, business insights, as well as metrics and reporting, right? This is where data analyst, has their major role to play in. Moving ahead, we have a good definition of Power BI. If someone asks you what is Power BI, you could just mention like this, right? Power BI is a suite of tools for business intelligence, which will let you to connect with various data sources, transform and analyze that data, and also create some interactive visualization to share some business insights. Right? This is the easy and understandable and meaningful definition that you can give for a Power BI. Right. So moving ahead, we can understand that there are few components which are important. Power BI has some components for data acquisition and transformation. So it can fetch from different sources like Excel, CSV, JSON, cloud services, as well as on-premises databases, which are related to the organization. When it comes to Power Query, it is helpful to connect with data sources as well as clean, transform, and shape your data for analysis. Right? We use a language called as M language, which is used for data manipulation. We either you call M language, or you can call it as M query, or you can call it as mashup language or anything. All these things are same, right? So you could understand M means mashup, M language, M query, they are all synonyms. This it is a formula language which is used in Power Query, right? So in 2015, what Microsoft has done is they started, to explore that, Power Pivot as well as Power Query. These two they have just tried to include it, and then they have tried to make something called as Power BI, right? So this Power Pivot as well as Power Query, they merged it and they made this Power BI a business intelligence tool, which will be helpful for a lot of things in the industry related to data analytics. Okay. Okay. Do anyone have any query? Okay. No problem. Let us move ahead and understand few more things. So for data acquisition, we understood that Power Query helps us. Next, for data modeling and analysis, okay, just like Excel Power Pivot, we have Power Pivot in Power BI also, which helps in creating relationships between different tables and in the data model, right? Which will allow us to perform some complex analysis across data sets. Okay, to perform such calculations and all those, to extend the capabilities of the model, we have a formula language which is called as DAX. Okay, DAX is nothing but data analysis expressions, okay, which will help us to solve the problems, or you could say business related problems, and it will help us to create measures, calculated columns, calculated tables, KBAs, and so on for for our analysis, right? And where we could present the validated data, or you could say the right kind of data with the right visuals for the which could be useful for the client. Next, we have something called as, right, for tools for, or you could say components for report and visualization authoring, right? As a minimum tool, or you could say primary tool, we have the tool called Power BI Desktop, which will be learning completely by the help of the by creating, or you could say the drag and drop interface will enable us to create visualization and deal with all the other elements, right? And the Power BI service is a cloud based service where you can share that reports which are created in your Power BI desktop on cloud with your clients, where they can access it all over the globe using web based service, or instead if they can use the Power BI mobile apps, so that they can use their smartphones and tablets to access those, right? So these are three tools which are available for visualization authoring. There are some additional components where you can understand. There is something called report server, where Microsoft Power BI provides an on-premises version of Power BI service. On-premises means it is restricted to a particular organization based upon the customized needs of the organization, right? And also by retaining the data confidentiality. Next thing is the Power BI report builder, where it helps us to create pixel perfect, paginated reports, which can be used for printing and distribution within the organizations. So just like a normal, hard copies of reports, if someone want to create, paginated reports, this tool particular, which is, particularly report builder, can be used. We have data flows and data marts, which can be automated data refresh processes, which will keep our models up to date, as well as data marts are some curated subsets of data designed for analysis, right? So these are few additional components which you can understand. Let us understand few building blocks of the Power BI, right? I'll show that. Usually there are 5 building blocks. You could understand whatever we create in the report, it is called as reports, right? Or whatever we create in the Power BI desktop, it is called as reports. Suppose that you create multiple reports, you create maybe 5 or 10 reports on a particular data set. Among, like, using those 10 reports, you would be creating one summary report in your Power BI service, which will be called as a dashboard, right? Reports will consist of visualizations. Those visualizations, when you make a summary, they are called as tiles, right? I hope you are able to understand. In reports, we use the visualizations, and those visualizations, when you make a summary in dashboard, like in dashboard using Power BI service, those visualizations, they are called as tiles, because they have minimal formatting features or other features. Additionally, for all creating all these reports or dashboards or visualizations or anything, we require data sets, right? So again, data sets is a major building block in order to create it. So these are 5 building blocks which will help you to further learn and create your visualizations and reports, right? Moving ahead, we have certain advantages. Power BI is very cost effective. Every month we get regular updates, which includes that updates regarding custom visualizations also. Custom visualizations, it is made by third party sources, but yet it is few of them are authenticated by Microsoft Power BI, and few may be taking their license and so on, right? It can be integrated with multiple tools, and it can also be integrated with multiple data sources, and it provides wide range of data connectivity, right? And we have some Power BI embedded application, where you can understand, right? You can use the Power BI reports in multiple custom applications, or you could say web application or mobile application related to the client. Power BI embedded application will help us to do that, right? Here we have Power BI as a enterprise ready software tool which can be used for the data analysis or analytics, right? Data analytics is a whole, branch of this, you could say, whole branch of data science part. But again, like within that, I could say the process we do is data analysis, and the tools which we are using, they are part of data analytic tools, right? You could understand the difference. Then certain disadvantages also, it is there. If at all there are more number of tables, okay, then the complex relationships would create a problem to get the necessary output. The configuration of visuals has to become, continuously be updated to reach the, or you could say meet the expectations of the clients. Power BI has a bulky interface, so you would require a good amount of, RAM in your system. So otherwise it would, be difficult to run due to the lack of RAM and other things, right? Next, DAX language, although it is a formula language, but it is complex. It becomes complex when you deal with complex scenarios. So you have to learn DAX like with more focus in order to make the right kind of output. Large data, you could understand. When to deal with the data, we have different modes of connection. But when it comes to the large data, we would be connecting with the data, so databases using direct query mode, which has some drawbacks as well as advantages, right? And there is a potential vendor lock-in. For example, like there is a chance of, or could say probability, if an organization is completely into Power BI related, reporting, and in future some other tool might come as an, competitor, then it will be difficult to migrate all those reports into that particular tool. Just like now, how other companies are doing is migrating other projects related to Tableau or Domo or other related tools to Power BI. Just like that, in future, like that, there might be a chance of that better potential vendor lock-in. But yet, for maybe next few years or maybe a decade or so, there could be, it could be less chances because Microsoft has its own large vision to expand the platform. Right. Moving ahead, we have some architecture to understand. The data can come from many sources, right? The databases, right? Cloud sources, databases, Excel, CSV from multiple files. If the data is clean, we directly load it to the Power BI desktop. If it is unclean, we process it through the Power Query, and then we process it, we'll just load to the Power BI desktop where we'll be creating the reports on our Power BI desktop. Once we create the reports on Power BI desktop, we'll be publishing it to the Power BI service, which is cloud based or web based, right? There, you'll be utilizing your reports to create dashboards for your business users or clients, right? And then you'll be serving the reports based upon their requirement. Next, what we can understand is in the process of, the web-based service, once you publish your report through other sources or Power BI source into the cloud, which is in, the Power BI services, they have to get updated on daily basis, right? So when they have to be updated, the data must be transferred, very safely. So for the safe transfer of data, for the safe synchronization of data, we need a tool called Power BI gateways. Okay, there are two different gateways, personal mode and standard mode. We'll try to understand accordingly in the sessions. But you could understand Power BI gateways will help us to synchronize the data, or you could say transfer the data between on-premises as well as cloud service, right, without any delay or without any violation in the safety, right? And next, once it is transferred, you could say clients or business users will be able to access it. Right. So there are several products, or you could say different products by the Microsoft. You could understand Power BI Desktop is a thing where we work upon, right? And Power BI Pro and Premium are the licenses where it will help us to, help the clients to deal with the web-based services. Power BI Mobile, it is a mobile application which will help the clients to use it in smartphones and mobiles. or tablets. And Power BI embedded, it is a application where Power BI reports could be embedded in a custom applications. Report server, again, it is related to the on-premises server only, which could be customized need for the organizations, right? So these are something, few things related to the Power BI products, right? Let us understand something called Power BI licensing. So when it comes to Power BI pricing, you must have the organizational account, or else an institutional account. Then you'll be able to get a free account. So this free account only you'll be able to view the reports, and you can just interact with it, and nothing else, right? When it comes to Power BI Pro and Power BI Premium license, right, they would have some additional capabilities, and they charge $10 per user per month for Pro license, $20 per user per month for Premium per user license. There is another thing called Power BI Premium per capacity license. There they would charge, earlier they used to charge more than $5,000, right? You could understand there is another Power BI embedded feature where it could be variable depending on the organization requirements. Like if anyone is working in the team and would require that, customized Power BI embedded license, they could contact sales team here, right? And someone who has Microsoft 365 E5 version or Office 365 E5 version, they would get this Power BI Pro license by default, right? So that they could use it for their analysis. Next we have something called Microsoft Fabric. Okay, Fabric, again, Power BI is a part of Fabric ecosystem where it has been recently launched. We have three different, again, licenses for it: free account, a Fabric capacity reservation, as well as Fabric capacity pay as you go. These two are variables depending on the organization, right? If we move ahead, understand the difference between licenses. Free account, you will be able to only create this particular, right, reports, nothing else. You'll not be able to share, collaborate, and do anything. If you have Pro license, then you'll be able to share and collaborate with the clients. If you have Premium per user license, you'll be able to use advanced AI tools, data flows, data marts, XMLA, and read and write solutions, and everything. When it comes to Power BI embedded, you can understand that it will help us to consume Power BI content without a paid per user license, right? So these are few things. Few more important things is something like you can use Copilot in Fabric if you are having that PPU license, right? Power BI Premium per user license. And we have some model memory size limit. For Pro license, we have model limit of 1 GB. For Premium, we have 100 GB, and for embedded, it varies. When it comes to the refresh rate, you could understand the ongoing data, it could be refreshed only 8 times per day for a premium license, sorry, Pro license. For Premium license and embedded license, it could be 48 times per day. 48 times means around every half an hour in a day, your data can be refreshed. Maximum storage, we get 10 license, 10 GB license for your Pro license, 100 TB license for your Premium per user. It varies according to the business requirement for your embedded license. And any license, it may be data security is a, like, it cannot be compromised with the data security, right? So it offers security and encryption for all the licenses. So this is about Power BI, Power BI licensing and other things. If you want to download, guide, you can just click on this link. You can download the guide, right? I can just send this link to you. You can just try to access it. I'll just share it in the chat box. Next, you could just try to get started with this particular Power BI desktop. You can see start using for Power BI for free. You can click over here. Okay, so it will redirect you to the Power BI service, where it will redirect. If at all you have the account, then it will be redirected to the Power BI service. If you want to download it, you can just scroll up. Okay, so here also we have the same, right? You can just click on this Power BI desktop. Okay, you can just download now and you'll be able to use the download options, right? You can click on advanced download options also. Then you can just click on the download and you'll be able to get that Power BI, desktop. Or else you can go to Microsoft Store in your personal system and then also you can search for Power BI desktop. You'll be able to download. I'll show one more thing, okay, which is related to something called PL300 exam. Okay, so which is an official Microsoft certification related to the Power BI desktop, which will help you to get a good understanding of Power BI service, or you could say Power BI and each and everything. And this license, it is valid for only 12 months, and you can get renewal for every 12 months, right? So you can just go through the content here. Once you search for PL300, you can go through the free content over here, read for you know read all those long units, and it is recommended by the Microsoft, so you must try to read it at least once. Next, for this PL300 exam, these are the skills which we have to prepare for. Prepare the data, model the data, visualize and analyze the data, deploy and maintain assets, which is part of Power BI service. Right? If you scroll down, you can take a practice assessment. You'll be having 100 minutes for this assessment, and like you can schedule it. Right? In India, if you see that, it will be 4,800 INR plus GST. Right? You can Pearson View conducts the exam, so they'll be like helping you to schedule the exam based upon their, or either if you want offline, you can give the offline exam, or else you can give the online exam. Next, if you want to go through the study, PL300 study guide, I'll just share this link. You can go through that. Right. So here you can see this PL300 study guide. If you click on that, here you'll be having detailed, structure and understanding of the content. Whatever, the weightage, you can see it ranges from 25 to 30%. So no one can skip any of the topic. So all these necessary, topics you have here in order to study, right? The important things and whatever the necessary things are there, they have given almost all the content, and we'll be covering all the important things. Rest of the things gradually, like it, no tool can't be, no tool can be learned in few days, right? So you have to consistently put enough time to become better at it, right? So this is the way how you could go through that Power BI desktop and the official certification. Now what we shall do is we shall try to go through that, I'll show you two things and then we shall move ahead. First thing is Power BI is a part of Microsoft Power Platform. Okay. Power Platform consists of these five tools, or even you could understand Power Apps used for application development, Power Automate used for automating the processes, Power BI is used as a visualization tool, and Power Virtual Agents, it is used to create chatbots and other things, and Power Pages, it is used to deal with the web pages and so on, right? So these are the five tools where it will form a Power BI ecosystem related to the no code low code platforms. Okay, again, once you learn Power BI, you might get an gradually, if you are able to develop your interest in Power Platform related things, you can learn other tools, and then gradually moving up in the ladder, you can just try to become Power Platform developer and so on, right? Different roles are there, but you could gradually focus on those roles by learning these tools. Next, if you are, if you want to further move ahead with different knowledge, or you could say various domains knowledge, or you could say various related roles knowledge, you have this something called as Microsoft Fabric. So Microsoft Fabric, it is a platform where Microsoft launched it recently. Okay, and it has brought all the different domains, or you could say departments, into the one particular platform. For example, Data Factory, Synapse Data Engineering, Synapse Data Science, Synapse Data Warehouse, Real Time Intelligence, Power BI Data Activator, they all pull in the data from one particular source called One Lake, which is again backed up by a particular source called Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. Okay, so we call it as ADLS Gen 2 in short, in a short way, but you could understand that is backed up by that. For example, data engineering guys, like they would extract the data using Spark, which could be present in one lake, where the data would be in Delta Parquet format. Data warehouse people, they use TSQL, which is SQL Server related things, and they can extract the data which was in Delta Parquet format from that one lake. Real time intelligence guys, they use something called KQL, which means we can call it as something called Custo query language, or you could say Custo query language, okay, which they use short form as KQL, and they can extract the data in the Delta, which is present in the Delta Parquet format. Power BI, we use analysis services, and we can fetch the data, right, to deal with our visualizations and reportings. Similarly, this forms a ecosystem where you could moving up in the ladder in future, you could try to fetch that particular jobs in that particular roles, right? Either power platform roles or fabric related roles could be your choice. Even if these both directions are not your choice, it will open up lot of opportunities for you in data science gradually. And like once you become a good data analyst or Power BI developer or skill developer or any other developer, gradually you can upgrade your skills and move on to the right kind of role which suits you, right? Now we have talked about something called Power BI installation. We talked about like how to download the desktop from the Microsoft store, and we have talked about how to from the official site also we have seen it, right? Now I'll just move ahead and show you some curriculum, right? Where will be what we'll be learning and where we'll be learning it, right? So you could understand, we'll start with Power BI. We'll understand the BI related things, right? We'll understand the Power Query editor, each and everything in Power Query editor, right? We'll understand the data modeling, where like Power Query editor, we talk about these data transformations, right? All the different transformations, each and everything in the interface, as well as M language basics and other thing, like even each and everything we'll talk about the data transformations. Later we'll talk about something called data modeling, where we'll be dealing with the cardinality relationships, how to manage that relationships, normalization, active and inactive relationships, cross filter, right? Bidirectional relationships, all this creation of date tables using other things, calendar tables, all those things will go through that. Moving ahead, we have that particular DAX related things, right? Where we'll be going through that DAX. What are the DAX overview, right? We'll understand multiple things. We'll go through the multiple functions, right? Even new calculations and like something about quick measures. So we'll be covering DAX widely, like in multiple sessions, right? So data visualization, we'll be understanding each and every visuals, right? Default visual, custom visuals, all those necessary features and visual elements which are present in Power BI, right? And also the best practices which will help you to create better reports. And we'll talk about something related to reporting, right? And we'll try to create a project, and we'll be dealing ahead, right? Once a report is being created, then how to publish it, how to share with your clients, how to deal with the workspace roles, right? How to create a dashboard, how to deal with the data gateways, what are the roles, how to do the schedule refresh, how to do the schedule refresh using Power Automate. All these things we'll try to go through. Once you deal with Power BI, like we'll be understanding this SQL server, all the things from starting, where you'll be understanding introduction, what is ER model and this relational model, databases, schemas and tables, data types, commands, keys and constraints, cascading referential integrity constraints, alter commands, identity, scope identity and ident current related things, joins, right? So These are called set operators: union, union all, intersect and except, aggregation functions, group by, having, order by, all these things, select into, insert into. We'll talk about functions majorly about string and date time, which are important. Subquery, exist and not exist operator, right? We'll understand all the important things: CTEs, views, temporary tables, stored procedures, user defined functions, cross apply and outer apply, window functions, right? Indexes, computed columns, transactions, try catch blocks, cube rollup and grouping sets, case when statements, merge statements, cursors, pivoting and unpivoting, right? DDL triggers, DML triggers, all these things we'll try to understand. These are the things with respect to Power BI and SQL so far, which I tried to explain you. Do anyone have any sort of queries or doubts till here?
Pawan, can I take to ADF?
Yes, but I would like to know if anyone has any
Yeah,
queries.
yeah, for that. Yeah, please, if you have any questions, please raise it here. Power BI and SQL Server. I think almost Pawan covered everything. I think they are good. We'll take the
Oh,
questions
oh,
last.
okay.
Okay.
I'll hand over it to Sai Karthika, where we'll be understanding few things related to ADF.
Basically, we know data, right? Whatever Pawan told, that is about the data and data analysis, data transformations, data visualizations. What is big data? Okay, because data is there now. We have seen, everyone knows, right? We the data which we are as a person, from morning to night, you are searching so many, Instagram, Facebook, or maybe you are in the social media websites, or you are keeping the orders, few Amazon, Flipkart, First Fly, anything, right? We are generating data through banks, from transaction, everywhere there is a data, right? So from stock market to e-commerce website, everywhere data came. So for the big data, we have more scope in the future now as well as in the future to develop as a data analyst, data engineer, or a data scientist, AML. So many, we have this lot of scope in the future as well as of now as well. So what is big data? What is the volume of data currently we have, velocity of data, variety and veracity of data? These all things I'll get to detailedly. Will give some description and overview on that, and importance of big data in our modern businesses. Okay, I will focus on the business requirements. This is the rare courses which you can attend anywhere demos, but our courses is the business oriented, business oriented knowledge we wanted to provide to our students. And we are trying to introduce you to the cloud as well. Azure cloud, mostly this course is related to Azure cloud, and public versus private cloud and hybrid code. What is the public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and what is a database, data warehouse, data lake, and data lake house, and what are the differences between these, when we have to use database, when we have to go for data warehouses. This brief overview will give in the big data concepts as well. And Azure Data Factory, Azure Data Factory is a data integration tool basically. So it will do ETL or ELT operations. ETL or ELT means extract, transform, and load. And extract, load, or transform means, just remember blindly that we have so many sources where we are fetching data from sources and doing some transformations and loading into a data warehouse or anything, maybe destination, maybe the anything. This is an ETL tool. Okay, we'll have the deep dive into in our course later on, and we have the free webinars as well. If you are not interested to going further with our course, happy to have our free webinars as well. And overview of Azure Data Factory, key features and benefits, use cases and scenarios, and hands-on labs also we'll do in this introduction session. How to set up the Azure Data Factory and Azure Data Lake, and what are the required component to get started, and all those things will come to the introduction part. And what are the different kinds of integration runtimes? That is one concept in Azure Data Factory, to build the connections and all, that is between the on-premises to the cloud. Okay, I'll explain detailedly in the coming classes. What are the different definition and purpose of integration runtime? What are the different types of integration runtimes? How to use and when to use, and we'll do the lab also here. And what are the linked services? Linked services are just connections. Maybe you'll get confused if I say all these things, but have some, just a brief idea what we are going to teach you. Okay, the detailed the detailed course curriculum, we'll get to know whenever you start our batch. What are the linked services, how to create and manage linked services, and what are commonly used linked services. We have some lab also here, and we'll let you know what are the best practices for securing our linked services. Pavan, please come down.
Yes, yes.
And data sets. Okay, what are the data sets? Nothing but table or files. How to create the data set, how to configure that one, what are the best practices while creating the data sets. And here also we have some hands-on lab for creating and managing the data sets. Water pipelines, we have some introduction and what are the components of the pipelines, how to create and manage the pipelines, and we have some best practices. And also here also we have some hands-on lab. Everywhere if you see data integration of Power BI, we have some hands-on labs. Whoever perform the day-to-day task and interested to have to close the hands-on lab on the daily basis, I'm assuring you will get some good package and good job in the near future. And what are the parameters and variables, how to create those one, how to use those things in our pipelines also, we'll have a look on that. And what this is a copy activity, this is a copy data tool. I'll have brief overview on that. And also we have so many labs on copy activity as well. That is the one major advantage in Azure Data Factory. It is very easy to load data from one source to the destination, because ADF is a code-free orchestration. No need to worry. What is ADF and data integration, ETL? The terms are very big, but whenever you are doing the task, ETL tool or data integration tools are very easy. Just drag and drop, and we have to connect the things. But here we have to have some analysis, how to create the pipelines according to our requirement, how to do the things. These all things, when you will get some understanding, means you have to do labs daily basis, then only you'll get some that type of understanding. Otherwise it is easy only, but daily practice is necessary for you all to get some progress or to get into the good job. Data flow activity will have this data flow activity is the code free orchestration. No need to write any code here, just we'll have the drag and drop things here. And configure Azure integration runtime. Come down, Pawan.
Yes, yes, yes.
And how to set up the Salesforce integration runtime. What is this is the system assigned and user assigned managed entity. This is for the security purpose. You all know, right? Data is valuable for us. Okay, everyone, because for an e-commerce website like Amazon, whenever you are purchasing something, you are one record for them. Okay, in a table, you are me as Sai Karthika. If I ordered a mobile from Amazon, my order is one record for them. Okay, they need to secure my data, right? They need to secure my address, they need to secure my mobile number, email address, everything they need to secure. Without security, how they can run the e-commerce website? Because we need that, those called as compliances. Every government, because every in India or any country need to have their compliances, they need to follow their compliances. That type of security they should maintain. That's why cyber security and so many things are evolving recent days to safeguard data. Okay, everywhere data is important thing to safeguard data. There are so many roles are evolving these days. Okay, so how to safeguard our linked services? Those are the system assigned and user assigned managed entities. We'll get some, we have labs also on that, and we'll use how to secure our passwords for the databases. Those things also we'll have a look on the detailed lab by using the Azure Key Vault and lookup and metadata activity. Okay, come down, Pavan.
Yes, yes.
And for each loop, for each activity is nothing but whenever if you have some programming experience, then you can have the for loop, right? Likewise, the for each activity act as a looping concept in the Azure Data Factory. Fail over and validate. If you wanted data pipelines, nothing but a data pipelines, a few people will call. So whenever we are loading data from one end to another end, down at that time something fails happens, right? How to do overcome those situations. These are the activities which ADF has provided. We'll use those things as well. How to use if activity, switch activity, until activity. We'll have the brief look, and also we have the labs as well. Come down, Pavan.
Yes, yes.
And how to set and append variable. We'll have the stored procedures already in SQL Server classes. Pavan will explain you how to create the stored procedure and all. So the same stored procedures, we'll have a look here, and we'll create the stored procedure activity also in our pipelines. What to schedule the things? Okay, once we created our pipeline, it should run every minute or weekly once or daily once or every monthly months, quarterly ones. Likewise, we have some schedules, right? Those are called as triggers. In triggers, what are the different types of triggers here available in the Azure Data Factory? We'll have a look on that. come down, and how to do monitoring and managing the pipelines, and we have the advanced concept incremental data loading, how to handling the schema changes, and how to integrate with the other integration Azure services. And coming to the Power BI related things, how to refresh the data using the Power Query activity, these all things we'll have a look, and also we have the deep detailed labs as well. Coming to our course, what is the beauty of our course is we have the price, the mainly the price is very affordable, and also our course has the real world case studies, and everywhere whenever we are switching the batches, okay, we are changing the project and also data. Okay, that is the main advantage in our courses. And we have the data migration project where we load data from on premises to cloud, and also we have the data warehouse, we'll build the data warehouse, and we have the integration with the other Azure services as well. We'll let you know what is the best practices. Whenever, if you know ADF and the big data concepts now, then you'll become a data integration engineer. That is a new role coming up. Only they are expecting data warehousing skills as well as the some ETL tool skill as well. And additional resources will provide documentation, tutorials, webinars, and question and answer sessions we have, and interview preparation we'll do, mock interviews we'll take. These are the extra free features which we are providing because we wanted to make our brand should be the unique with the other institutions. These are the, that's why I'm explaining why we are different from the other institutions, how our curriculum is different from others. This all about our data analytics course. Okay, if anyone interested to learn data analytics and interested to join in our course, please let me know. I already provided the info here. Um, Please have a look and follow our Instagram and LinkedIn, Facebook, and Medium for the blogs and all. And we'll give some discounts as well. If you have any reference, feel free to mention me as well, because we'll have some referral amount as well. Okay, these are about VectorEtech and also our data analytic course. If you have any questions, we are happy to take, me and Pavan. Over to you guys. Any questions? Anjum, Ramila, Srinath, Suresh, Swati.
Uh, Hi, Kartika.
Hi, Anjum. Yeah.
Yeah, may I know what is the timeline and how much time will it take to like?
65 plus live hours this is, because this is a detailed course, right? Basic to advanced course.
Okay,
65 plus live hours. Daily we have 1 hour of time. Weekdays we have the classes, and weekends we have some extracurricular activities where we mainly focusing on the interview preparations, as well as some webinars which you wanted to, because having some knowledge on the new technologies is important for us, right? So likewise you have to attend some webinars as well, and also interact with the networking is an important for every IT engineer or everyone. As a human being, we have to have some networking as well. So to encourage our students, we have the webinars model, and we have the free community as well. As of now, that is free. Later on, I'll provide those benefits to my students only. That is about Anzoom. This is the classes, weekly classes, 65 plus live hours, and weekends will be the interview preparation and those things. Those are the extra things which we will give you free. Any more
um,
questions, Anjum?
uh, like daily at what time the class will be going?
Between 8 to 10 p.m. Like the timing might change, but in between it will be between 7 to 10 p.m. in between that. Any 1 hour according to the batches. Currently we are having between 8:15 to 9:15, and depends on the available timings.
Yeah, Anjum, we have the current eight. Currently, our batch is running 8:15 to 9:15 p.m. And if you are interested, any urgency needed, you can join the current batch as well. I'll provide you the next batch access for you also. Okay, if there is any urgency, if you are okay to wait for the next batch, you can happily wait for the next batch, or you can proceed with the current batch as well. We are providing the recordings as well, and also this is a certified course. We'll provide a certificate from VectorEtech side as well.
Sure, sure, Kartika. Thank you for the information.
Thank you so much. And Suresh, do you have any questions? I think everyone clear, Pawan. Thank you for the beautiful session. Thank you, guys. I hope some useful content you got from us. And any doubts, any career guidance required from us, you can happily contact me. And I already provided my number there. You can reach out to me. And if you need any other training also, you can just mention your required training and your requirements. We are into the customization and the trainings as well. And any reference, please feel to tell us. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Thank you, Pawan.
Thank you, Sai Karthika, and thank you everyone. Have a nice day. Happy
Thank
weekend.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Pawan and Karthika. Thank you.